Been a good week. There's always a concern coming back from spring break, and in the past it's always been kind of lackadaisical. But guys came out, got after Tuesday on the field, got after today. Manufactured a lot of situational stuff, some third down competitions, third down battles, and some different stuff throughout the day. But it was intense, and you saw some intensity out there. Guys got some scuffles going again, so you got to love it. But we're practicing with intensity. Guys have had a good week. We'll finish it up Saturday in Backer Stadium for a crisp little practice, and then hopefully see a bunch of youngsters out there for the youth clinic afterwards.
Awesome. And if I could just touch on two players, Coach Tavian Court, I mean, he's a returning lead receiver there. What did you see from him? What did you like that you saw from him last year, and the stuff that he's been building on so far this spring?
Last year, it goes back to his consistency and him stepping up for a leadership role. It's just solid across the board and everything. Right now we moved him to the outside. He played inside for us, but and we challenged the receivers again today. We have not had that guy, and obviously we're spoiled. The standards set high with Tony Diaz last year. We don't have a guy that's just separated himself from the rest of the group. We need a guy on the outside that can go win those contested matchups and win those one-on-one matchups in situations where they're covered in tight coverage. So we don't have that yet. So we're trying to build that. So we moved him out there, try to give him that opportunity to see what he can do out there as well. But that's a group that we've challenged right now. We got to grow them up, and we got to find out who those playmakers are going to be.
Awesome. Last one for me, Coach Jarius Williams. I know he's got some height there on the outside at the cornerback position. He's been here with you guys since day one. Just what did you see from him that's allowed him to kind of be working there with that first team defense?
Another young guy that's finally grown up, and that's part of it. Part of the maturing process is some of those guys that came here day one and weren't high up the depth chart on the practice year and didn't play much last year, but now you see them kind of growing up, they're maturing, they're getting bigger. They've had a couple of off seasons now, so but definitely he's one. He has the tools, he has the skills. So trying to put it together him, but his linked outside, but he's having a good camp, a good spring. Really, you can see it with his speed and his burst of the football, and I think a lot of light bulbs are just finally clicking there. Being 2 years into the system, so been impressed with him so far.